plays, scoring touchdowns. Hear the hits, feel the blitz, face the end zone. Here we go into the highlight zone. Yeah!
It's the ABC 12 Highlight Zone, sponsored by Al Serra Auto Plaza. Now here's ABC 12 Sports Director Dave Saseski.
Welcome to the Highlight Zone. It's week 11 of the season and, of course, week 2 of the postseason, which means one thing, win or go home. Tonight, district titles are on the line. Tickets are being punched to the regional round. We start with a huge one as two of the state's best squaring off under the lights. The Grand Blanc Bobcats have had quite the year, an MVP at quarterback and Coach of the Year in Caleb Ford, who's led the Bobcats to an undefeated record and rolling. Tonight, they hit the road to take on the Clarkston Wolves, sitting at 9-1. It's the Wolves and Bobcats in our game of the week. Well, Grand Blanc finished the season unbeaten behind their unanimous MVP quarterback, Jake Morrow. Clarkston riding an 8-game winning streak coming into tonight. Wolves would start with the ball in the offense. Quarterback Alex Wazinko would fake the handoff and run with the ball himself, spinning off the first tackle. And then the second, he would not be denied, diving into the end zone, putting Clarkston up 7-0 to open the first quarter. Wolves on the board first, and they would prove to be a problem all game long. But here comes Jake Money Morrow. He's going to get the ball in an empty backfield for Grand Blanc here, forced to roll to his left as he evades the Wolves' pass rush and heaves it down the field, looking for senior Kasten Sendry. The ball tipped off the face mask of the Clarkston defender and falls right into the arms of Sendry, setting Grand Blanc up in Wolves territory. Just 2 plays later, Morrow will get the ball once again. Moving around in the pocket as he's done all year long, delivering a dart to senior running back Jeremiah Coleman. Bobcats tie things up at 7 apiece midway through the first quarter. We'll jump down to the second quarter. Bobcats knocking on the door again. Morrow's going to catch a wide snap here and decide to take it himself. He does it with his legs. He can do it with his arm too, and he did it there. Met at the goal line but crosses the plane. Grand Blanc sticking around on this one, making the score 20-14 with time winding down in the first half. And now time for the Bobcat defense to make a big play. It's going to be a high snap that's going to go over the head of Wazinko. The defensive end, Alan Frank, tracks the quarterback down, forcing the Wolves to settle for a field goal into the half. The Bobcats would continue to fight, but eventually would fall in this one, 44-22, the final. Well, the defending D4 champion Goodrich Martians hosting the Chelsea Bulldogs tonight. Martians looking to keep the repeat march alive. Chelsea comes in 9-1 in the year. First play of the second quarter, it's going to be Jacoby Leggett. He'll punch it in from 1 yard out. Martians go up 6-0 in the second. Late in the quarter, the defense showing up big. Ryder Myers makes the initial stop, then Isaac Valley lays the lumber and gives it back to the offense. The recipe tonight, a large portion of Leggett. He's going to barrel through the Chelsea defense for a first down. This drive goes 9 plays, 55 yards. It was capped by this Leggett touchdown, and he pushed the Goodrich lead now to 13-0. But Chelsea fighting right back. Jackson Isheko passing to Gibson Isheko, who's obviously his brother there, finds him in the flat, and just like that, he's gone. 13-7 ball game at the half. But in the second half, on their opening drive, Goodrich cashes in. Colton Burnett goes through the heart of the defense, running through defenders all the way for the touchdown. Martians win 27-7. The district champs advancing to the regional round next Friday. Well, it's time now to take a quick break, but when we return, the Frankenmuth Eagles have state title hopes, but standing in their way, the Richmond Blue Devils at 9-1. Highlights and more coming your way next. Welcome back. We head now to Frankenmuth, where the Eagles hosted the Richmond Blue Devils, a battle of 9-1 teams squaring off in a postseason matchup. Frankenmuth has been on a tear ever since dropping their opener to Goodrich. 9 straight wins, and they've been dominating doing it. Outscoring opponents, check this out, 453-87. Wow. First meeting between these two since 2018 when the Eagles won 20-7. Frankenmuth wouldn't waste any time. How about this one? In the opening kickoff, Cash Tedford sees a lane, and he was off for the races, cashing in for 6 with a house call. Tedford not even touched as the Eagles just getting started. Muth had the defense working too. His pass bounces off Will McCubbin. Brady Lipka hauls it in, and that sets up a touchdown on the very next play. Moving ahead, same score. Now the passing game joins. Leighton Horde eludes the pass rush for just enough time to get it to Tedford, who scampers into the end zone for the score. Muth goes up 21-0, dominant fashion. But late in the first half, Frankenmuth proves they are in fact human. Richmond's Dominic Benetti connects with his receiver Trenton Coleman, and Coleman gone. 71 yards for the score, 21-6. But the Eagles back after it, as Horde's going to hand off to Lipka from 7 yards out, and that'll do it. Eagles win 38-6. Their district title winners advancing to the regionals to play Notre Dame Prep next Friday.
Whitehall, obviously, they played a monster schedule. You look at some of the teams on their schedule, it's incredible what they did this year. But defensively, we just felt like it was a good matchup for us, and then Coach Demery had them really well prepared to handle it and fly all over the field. I mean, that's essentially what it comes down to, just being mean and nasty and cover as much ground as possible.
It was a Viking versus Viking matchup. Swan Valley taking on Grand Rapids Whitehall. The home crowd showing up with hype. Know what else was hyped up? The Swan Valley defense. You heard Coach talk about it. Sack after sack and a pair of first half picks to set up scores. A game many had Whitehall winning in a blowout. All Swan Valley in the first half. One of those sacks leading to a Viking drive to round out the first quarter, setting them up inside the red zone. It would be capped off by a 10-yard tutty at the start of the second from junior Max Miller. There you see right there. Whitehall getting the ball back, though, driving themselves, but stopped on fourth down coming up here. After more stops by a Hercules-type defense by Swan Valley, that D-line was great. That's when number 9 junior wideout Cam Reynolds puts the cape on, taking a pass from sophomore Keller Bedford to the house. But Reynolds, a two-way star, not just on offense. He'll be leaping for an interception next time out there on defense to help round out the half. Reynolds talking about the blood, sweat, and tears the Swan Valley crew has put in this year.
Coming into the season, we prepared every day. Even when it was snowing out here, we were out here running routes. We were covering each other, me and JP and Keller. We were all out here. This is just a standard. Every week, week in, week out, this is just a standard. At the beginning of the season, we were doubted. We've always been doubted, and that's why we were out here. Like I said, we want to be the underdog. We're going to claw and fight to get right back up on top, and we're going to make sure your face is in the dirt.
How can you not love the confidence and the execution? Swan Valley getting it done, putting Whitehall in the dirt. The Swan Valley advancing to the next round of the playoffs. Final score 36-20. The Dow Chargers hosting East Lansing. Chargers with a tremendous year, finishing second in the SBL North, just behind Mount Pleasant. East Lansing just 5-5. However, they would get on the board first. Baylor Shansky taking it in for the touchdown. East Lansing would miss the extra point. Dow marching down the field themselves soon after. Check this out. Connection by Wynn Deigel to Riley Crenshaw. Deigel will then connect with Hatton Zimmer in the very next play. It's a 7-6 lead. But East Lansing, they would answer right back. BJ Eridus or Kellen Lott. East Lansing would miss the two-point conversion again. Dow running game, well, it would take over from there. Garland's Randolph with the touchdown. Dow would go on to win 21-12. Dow's first district title since 2015. Well, it's time now to check in on our Spotlight scoreboard. How about the Fenton Tigers? It's a huge win over 9-1 Adrian, their district champions, with a 35-7 victory. Millington looking primed for another return to the title game, 49-0. Pure dominance tonight. Beale City and in Nouvelle's season with a 41-13 win. Panthers fall to 8-3, but a tremendous year again for them. Springport 35-13 over New Lothrop. The Linden Eagles season sadly comes to a halt. They fall 45-0 to DeWitt and finish 7-4. And an 8-man Merrill season ends as they fall to Montebello 26-0. Our highlight of the night comes from Grand Blanc and the Bobcats, where Jake Money Morrow was living up to his nickname and his MVP status. Morrow gets the ball in an empty backfield, forced to roll to his left as he evades to the Wolves' pass rush, heaves it downfield, looking for senior Cason Sendry. The ball's tipped off the face mask of the Clarkston defender. He'll fall right back into his arms. Sendry, a little Morrow magic moving the chains for Grand Blanc. We've seen the postseason take shape on the field. Now we check in with the fans. It's time to check in on the Elga Fan Zone playoff bracket. This past week, the number 1 seeded Davidson Cardinals, they came away with a dub in big-time fashion over 8-seeded Frankenmuth, 56% of the votes. Number 3 seeded Fenton, they get another win there, nearly 70% of the votes over Freeland. 7 seeded Goodrich with the upset, coming away with 63% for the win over Grand Blanc. And the number 2 seeded is done. And how about Kersley? The Hornets coming away with 76% share of the votes. They advance to the 5 seed. Keep your school moving. Be sure to head over to abc12.com/fanzone as we move closer to the ultimate Fan Zone champion. While Michigan and Michigan State and Central Michigan are all on byes this week, Saginaw Valley State takes center stage hosting defending national champion Ferris State. It's a huge GLIAC showdown. The Cardinals come in looking to make a statement against one of the Division II's top programs. It's the 50th all-time meeting between the two, and SVSU will look to feed off the home crowd as they try to snap Ferris State's long winning streak and climb back into playoff position. Well, that'll do it for the final football highlight zone of the season. What a ride it's been from the first kickoff in August to the final whistle tonight. We've loved bringing you every touchdown, every tackle, and every unforgettable moment under the Friday night lights. And of course, I could not have done any of this without my team, production, and on the sideline each and every single week. You guys know who you are. But don't worry, the football season is not over. Just getting started. We'll have plenty more action on the gridiron coming up next week, next Friday. We'll have some games. For all of us here at ABC 12, thank you so much for tuning in all season long. Have a great night, everyone, and an even better weekend. I'm Dave Siseski. Take care.